copyright. Don't disturb me. Official Monster Mania business.
Welcome to the Gastlecast! I'm Chris.
I'm Heather!
We just returned from Monster Mania 41 in Hunt Valley, Maryland, baby. It was awesome.
It was.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was cool.
It was the best con ever! I loved it. No, it was the best con ever. It was probably my very favorite con, almost, that I've ever been to. It's very close to, like, the best con I've ever been to, which was, like, Awesome Con a couple years ago, because I really had a good time there. But I would say Monster Mania, was definitely, like, right there with it, or just a little bit above.
Wow, okay.
It was awesome. It was why are you making that face?
Well, I just thought Walker Stalker when you asked me to be your wife, and we were real happy, and I just thought that would have been your favorite.
It was. You know what? I forgot. That is my favorite. This is my nervous face.
No, it was a really, really cool convention. I wish we spent the whole weekend there.
Me too. I wish we would have spent more than just one night. We went on a Friday.
We did.
We were there for all of, I don't know, 7 hours or so. We got an hour early in. We entered. We got there and we had no idea where to go. The place, the layout was unreal. In fact, they gave you no map, no nothing. You basically had to figure it out on your own, or you had to ask a friend, or try to find somebody who worked the place and could kind of give you a guide, and tell you where to go. But when we first walked in, we were totally lost. And there were tables everywhere, a lot of different like stores selling like posters and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then we signed in, and then instantly we went over to the Robert Englund line. Who's Robert Englund?
Oh God, I
Can I
forget.
give you a hint?
Who is he? Hold on. No, seriously. Like, tell me in private, because I don't want to be embarrassed. Like, who is...
No, I'm showing you.
I don't get it. Who is this guy again?
You don't know who this is? Look at my fingers.
But why does he only have 4 fingers? Did his thumb get bitten off?
No, he has a thumb, but there's claws on the 4 fingers.
Claw? I don't know.
Does he do this face?
I don't know. It looks like you're pooping.
Robert Englund, obviously, is Freddy the Krueger.
Freddy the Krueger?
Yeah, Freddy the Krueger.
That's great.
He's awesome. Freddy Krueger's awesome. Robert Englund's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
He's a great guy. But we'll get there. But
we will get there.
We had to wait in line. The line took forever. It felt like forever in like 3 days. It was absolutely terrible. But thank God we had some friends there.
Yay! Who were also getting things signed. Well, Brett was getting things signed.
Yeah. We brought a friend who was basically an innocent bystander. Our friend Bobby, good old Bob. And he hung around the line. He was a real trooper that day.
He really was.
A real trooper. But they stood in line sometimes so we could move around and vice versa. But the one time that we disappeared and let them stay in line, we went, by the way, to find out where like all the major like areas are to like get autographs and all that kind of stuff. It was like being Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was absolutely insane trying to find out where these people were. But we ended up going down an escalator. Somebody directed us to go down an escalator. And there was all these other stores down there. There were stores selling like DVDs, like old school DVDs, paintings, action figures, and pops. By the way, weird thing, didn't buy any pops while we were there.
Didn't buy one pop.
Not a single pop. I did see some, but I didn't buy any.
Yeah, same.
But when we wrapped around, there was this long corridor, and off that corridor was a room with all of the autograph people inside of it. Mm-hmm. Well, most of them. They had some upstairs, some downstairs, and then Robert Englund, by the way, he had his own like place. He has his own room.
He's sort of like the main attraction, I would say.
Right. So we found the autograph room. We walked in, and immediately the first person that we saw that we wanted to talk to or get an autograph from was who, Heather? Was who?
I was just gonna say it, and you interrupted me.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Ask me again.
Who was the first person we saw we wanted an autograph from? Who?
Jack!
Sorry. I didn't mean to do it. Go ahead. We walked in. The very first person we saw that we wanted an autograph by was who?
I know you're gonna do it again.
No, go ahead.
Jackson Robert Scott!
You hear those crickets? You hear the crickets? Can you tell them who that is? They're right now they're Wikipediaing this. They're Googling this right now. They have no idea who that is.
Georgie from the new It movie!
Boom! There he is! Look at that!
He personally took the money from me and put it in his little zipper bag. Not his... I think it was his... Would you say it was his dad and his agent?
I think so.
I think it was his father and his agent sitting with him. Neither of them touched the money. Only he did. And it was hilarious and adorable. And he's a little businessman.
Yep, he is a little businessman.
He is.
And he's very smart. I
He
can
is
tell
very
that right off
smart.
the bat.
You know how I can tell he's smart?
How?
Because his signature is like so much better than mine is.
Yeah, he does have a good signature. Very good handwriting. For his age, for 10. At 10 years old, I was writing like this still. Like a caveman. It was incredible.
I heard you wrote with like your big toes.
Huh? Yeah. I
Not
did write
like
with my
this,
toes.
but like with your toes.
I got bullied in school a lot about it, Heather. You want to
Well-
bring that up right now? They call me the toe rider. I didn't like it. Like Ghost Rider, Toe Rider, Toe Rider. I was a toe rider.
Why didn't you think that was cool if it was like Ghost Rider though?
Because I didn't like it. Because Ghost Rider is a skeleton on a motorcycle on fire.
Okay,
I was riding one with a big toe. I mean,
Yeah.
you ask yourself why that's not cool. The next person we ran into in the autograph room was probably one of my favorite moments of any con I've ever been to. It was so awesome. I thought it was very unique for this guy because he's not very well known. He's only in one movie as far as I know. He was in Land of the Dead. He was a zombie in Land of the Dead. And they called him Big Daddy. He was absolutely awesome. And what I didn't know is that when I walked up, he's in full like outfit. Like he wears like a mechanic suit.
Yeah.
He had teeth in. He had the whole 9 yards going on, and he looked great. I mean, all things considered, he looked great. And I'm like, wow, this is cool. Let's go get a picture with him or whatever. Well, two people were in front of us. They went up to get a picture. I took the photo, and as they're taking a picture with him, he grabs them and starts shaking them and manhandling them like all over the place. And I'm watching it like, this is the coolest thing ever. It's like riding a roller coaster or something is what it looked like. Because he's like trying to bite them and everything. It was an experience.
It was
his
cool.
own homemade experience, which I thought was awesome. Good on him for doing that. So Heather and I decided to do the same exact thing. And when we did it, we set up our GoPro.
Yay!
So we could show you exactly how it looks in person. And the guy was like, well, normally I'd charge extra for that. And we're like, oh. He's like, but you know what? It's cool. It's cool. Go ahead. You guys can do it.
We're gonna get injured.
But at the end, he signed this picture. Look at that awesome picture. That's so cool.
Yeah.
His name is Eugene Clark. He was called Big Daddy. By the way, he said he was Big Daddy in high school.
No, college.
Or was it college?
Yeah, he went
Big
to
Daddy in college?
UCLA.
Yeah, for football and maybe some other things, huh, ladies? Huh? Huh? Whoa,
Big Daddy, hey?
Look at this. Look at his face. I have like sort of like an Elvis lip going on.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
No.
Oh my God, Heather! Heather! Oh my God, my face is stuck!
No, stop.
So, after we were done getting all of our autographs downstairs, buying a little bit of artwork and looking around, nosing around a little bit, we decided to go back up and sit in that Freddy Krueger line once again. We met some cool people online, which was awesome.
Do you want to talk about the favorite that we met in line?
I ain't.
Oh, you want me to say
Yeah,
it?
I'm waiting for you.
We met our subscriber, follower, friend. I don't have any more names for him. Jeremiah. He's so awesome.
Jeremiah's awesome. We hung out with him. We met his mother.
Yes, we did.
They're both very sweet people.
Oh my gosh, she was so awesome.
They were very cool, and we had fun chatting along with him. It's always interesting to meet somebody in like the real world who watches the Gastlecast, which is kind of like interesting to us. I can't believe anybody likes this.
I know, I can't either.
While we're standing in line, it was like every moment is like ready to go meet Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund. And Heather, every moment, I need to get a drink. I need to use the bathroom. Where's the bathroom? Where's the drink? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to rip all of my fibers of my hair out of my head. We get through our line. We finally get up to Robert Englund, and he loves Heather's shirt.
Yes, he does.
He talks about Heather's shirt. He talks about the pop that we had brought. We brought the Syringe Fingers Freddy. Mm-hmm. As seen right here. He wanted to know what we wanted written on it.
What's funny is he actually, before he even really asked, he said, normally I sign one of two things. And I said, I know what he's going to say, and I'm going to want that.
So on this one, because of the syringe fingers, I usually write one of the two quotes from the movie, "What a rush."
Yep.
Yes.
Let's get high.
That's what I want. What a rush. Please.
That's what she's been talking about the whole car ride here.
Because not only is it a quote that he says in the movie after he kills, I think her name's Taryn,
Yeah.
the punk rock sort of looking girl. Mm-hmm. He kills her and said, like, what a rush. But it also sort of embodied me meeting him.
It was definitely cool to meet somebody that is so significant in the horror world.
Yes.
He is probably the most well-known, I guess, actor to play like a slasher kind of character. So it was a long day. We were so tired after that Freddy Krueger line. Decided to do one more pass. We went through and checked out some of the stores, and I also wanted to get a pop signed. One more pop, really just for me. Steve Dash from Friday the 13th. Now, this is the Baghead Jason. You know, the one that came out of Walgreens not too long ago. And he considers himself, he says, the real Jason. In part 2, Friday the 13th, that was the first time you ever see adult Jason. We were going to leave. We were really tired. We're out. We're hungry. We're thirsty. And we were just ready to hit the road. Until Bobby saw that Robert Patrick was in another autograph room, and that was one guy I wanted to meet in Terminator 2 T-1000. He was the big villain, and he was also on the show Sopranos, which is one of my favorites. So we got a picture with Robert Patrick, and the picture came out great. So Robert Patrick finally sits down after our photo, and he begins to tell us a bunch of stories. Now, the one story that sticks out is when he goes on set on The Sopranos, where he's inside of a camping store, and his character owns a camping store. He gambles all his money away, borrows Tony's money, and when he borrows Tony's money, he gambles it away and can't pay Tony back. Tony and him are sitting outside before, the next day when they're going to shoot that scene. They're both smoking cigars. And basically, Robert Patrick leans over to James Gandolfini and says, "You better bring your A game tomorrow." And James Gandolfini goes, "What'd you say?" And Robert Patrick goes, "You better bring your A game tomorrow." And James Gandolfini took his cigar and threw it down, I think is what he said. He stood up and he looked at Robert Patrick and he goes, "Oh, I'll bring my F&A game tomorrow." And he stormed off. So the next day, Robert Patrick's at the front desk of the camping store. The door swings open. It's James Gandolfini. He comes basically hauling butt in, and he goes, "I need to talk to your boss." He says something like that, in that New Jersey accent that I can't do.
Yeah, I can tell.
And he basically beats the crap out of Robert Patrick in that scene. And Robert Patrick said he could smell the alcohol in his breath. James Gandolfini really played the role, because in the episode he's drunk and everything else. So he comes in as like this drunk hothead.
He was using his anger from what Robert Patrick said the day before,
Exactly.
which he was probably just fooling around.
Exactly.
You want to know my favorite part of that story?
What?
He said that entire scene was done on the very first take.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's
amazing.
Incredible.
Because if you watch the show, it just, everything the way that it plays out is so intense. I even asked Robert Patrick, was he a very intense guy? And it was funny because he didn't say anything like that, even after that story. He just goes, no, he was an incredibly nice guy. So James Gandolfini probably could turn it on and turn it off. Mm-hmm. And Robert Patrick, like me not being an actor, if somebody came in even acting like that, I probably would be a little like shaken up by it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I don't know if I would be able to be like, oh yeah, he was a cool guy.
Yeah,
I'd be like, well, he scared me a little bit,
Yeah.
but he was okay.
Exactly.
He was pretty nice.
Like, he was a little crazy sometimes. He's got a little nutty every once in a while. But he did not say that. He just said he was a great and a guy, and he was a nice guy. But that was our awesome time at Monster Mania 41. We had a great time. I know in the future I definitely want to go again. I would love to go to the New Jersey one at some point. I loved it. If you guys can go to a Monster Mania, definitely go and check it out. You will not regret it. Guys, remember to go over to our Instagram at Gastlecast. And remember to please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the Gastlecast right here on YouTube. We would love if you shared us with all of your friends. Remember, guys, we hunt together, yes! We will catch you next time.
Bye.
We hope that you enjoyed this episode of the Gastlecast. If so, please hit that subscribe button and check out some of our other fun content.
We've left you some links to some of our other videos that we thought you might like.
We'll catch you next time.
Bye!